Hello.
Welcome to the Bleeding Burgundy podcast, a Washington Commanders podcast for fans, by fans. With your host, Jessy, Martin,
What are you talking about? You're out of your mind.
John Taman,
We finally got professional football back. This is going to be fun.
Scott Hartley,
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
Max Taman,
As long as you got Jaden Daniels, you got a chance to win.
spanning the eras of Washington football, honoring the past, commanding the future. And now, the world's worst podcast host, John Taman.
Hey, everybody. I am the world's worst podcast host. I am John Taman, and the fact that I remembered that kind of moves me up the list, I think, just a little bit. There are people that are out there that do podcasts that don't remember their own names, and I don't participate in those types of podcasts, so therefore I think I should not be the worst podcast host in the entire world. However, there it is. I would say this. We are no longer the worst defense in the entire world. We've actually been pretty good the last couple of weeks. We had a football game on Sunday night. We actually have a football game at 1 o'clock on Sunday afternoon. Woohoo! That's got to be nice. My name is John Taman, world's worst podcast host. Over here to my right or your left or whoever, whatever that gets turned around this way, our good friend Jessy Hartley. Oh, beautiful.
Who? We get
Jessy
married?
Martin. You know what? I said to myself,
Congratulations, guys.
all right,
I
let's
I know we slept.
It's
in,
been coming.
I know we slept in the same bed and everything, and I got him.
That's what he said.
there you go.
The strain of flu, but I mean, we're not married quite yet.
All right. You know what? I said to
Not yet.
myself, I'm not really feeling up for this today. Maybe I've got the flu. Jessy Hartley there. All right. Well, anyway, how you doing? You doing all right? You feeling better?
I'm getting there. Still really weak. I lost 20 pounds. Lost 20 pounds
Wow.
that week. Yeah.
Jesus.
Damn.
Need to get myself some of this flu.
Brings back some Spanish food. Can I do that? Yeah, give me some of that flu. All right. Of course, down over there, I wouldn't quite call him the flu, but, he's been around here for a long time hanging on like a virus. Our good friend from the Royal Court of Barrow, Scott Hartley. Is there a British flu? I mean, we have the Spanish flu, right? There's
No,
the
we
Hong
just have
Kong
we just had the plague, so
Yeah.
plague. Well, plague came from Italy and
bit of Black Death. Why not?
all right. Gotta go. There's always a one-upsmanship down there with this guy.
Well, you know what I mean. We have pretty much conquered every country, so it is what it is.
We invented everything, John, pretty much.
You guys,
Exactly
you guys killed
that.
half the continent with fleas. Way to go! Nice job. Anyway, speaking of fleas, how you doing there? There's Tony Wheat down there. How you doing? man?
I'm going to flee in a minute.
He's gonna flee. The funny thing about fleas is that number one, they jump, they don't run, and number two, they don't have Irish accents, and I don't think that you do either. So.
No,
He does.
not really.
All right. Well, then fleas do. Maybe they do.
I bet if you get Tony drinking in an Irish bar in his hometown, I bet some of that starts coming out.
Oh, yeah. A mate of mine came over. Fleas as well.
Jesus Christ.
We were in a taxi, and we got out of the taxi having me talk to the taxi driver for 15 minutes, and my mate got out of the car and he goes, "What the fuck was that?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" He goes, "You just sounded like a completely different person." He said, because I was all like, yeah, it's grand, yeah, sure, what's the crack? Blah, blah.
Well, as long as your worms don't come out, I'm happy with everything. All right. So we did have a football game on Sunday night, and let's see here. We'll start with our first fast thoughts. Let's get the bongos going here. All right, let's bring in Mervin, the fucking bongo player. We'll start with you, Scotty. First fast thought.
Competitive.
All right, go with you, Jessy.
Feeling a little bit better going into the end of the season.
Tony, go ahead.
Just confirming that I don't think we're quite as far away as everybody seems to think.
All right, my first fast thought, it was a win that we had. It was in our hands. Well, then it was in Nick Bonito's hands. All right, we'll start with you, Scott. Go ahead and expound upon your idea. Now, I tell you what, I'm glad that you moved that lamp so that people can see who you were. People were actually writing in the podcast and saying, I'm not sure that this is the actual International Fan of the Year. I think you're just bullshitting us. You've got this dark screen on him. I think this is some guy hiding from the mob.
No, not at all. I just need to pay my electricity bill. That's what it is. I mean, where I am, it's in this back room. It's quite dingy and a bit dark, but it's okay. It's all good.
What's the chances of it being haunted? Living in England, I mean, there's got to be 500 generations that lived in that place before you did.
Probably. But yeah, expanding on my words of wisdom there when I said it was competitive, it was a competitive game. I thought the defense played a lot better. We made some stands, which was good. Offensively, I thought we were very good. Terry back to his best. I was quite impressed with him. Impressed with some of the run game, but they just couldn't maintain a run game, which is very difficult against the and we have to remember that we're going against the NFL's best defense. I thought their offense was pretty poor, being honest. I didn't think they were that good whatsoever, and I think Denver will get found out in the playoffs very, very early in the playoffs. As you said, it was a victory snatched away, unfortunately.
All right, so Jesse, you said you felt better coming away from it?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of felt good going into the game. I remember on our last podcast, a little bit more points were scored than I thought, but obviously this happens when you go into overtime. But yeah, I think all around, you can definitely tell the difference in the defense, especially. They seem more comfortable in whatever they're playing. I mean, they're not perfect by any means, but they are, to me, leaps and bounds better than what they were a few weeks ago.
All right, so Tony, your first thought, I can't remember. So why don't you take it from there and tell me what it was again, and go ahead with it.
I just said that I kind of thought, we obviously had a disastrous run of results, and amongst that was 3 or 4 absolute hammerings.
Yeah.
And I think everybody was kind of like the sky's falling in, fire everybody, we need to completely overhaul this roster. And I don't actually think we do. Mm-hmm. I think there are obviously a number of positions that need to be addressed. But I don't actually think that particularly on defense, but I don't think that the overall, if you look at the overall picture, that it does need a massive overhaul. You've got a solid offensive line, you've got a franchise quarterback, Terry being healthy, so you've got plenty of offense. You need another receiver, you need a tight end. We know that. Defense, you need an edge rusher, linebacker, whatever. But there's things, that can be addressed. We talked last week about how we were a field goal and a fumble away from being 5-6. Now 5-6 is hardly anything to be shouting about, but at the same time, 5-6 is.
It's a lot better than losing.
5-6 is a lot better than
you're in the playoff discussion. You're in the playoff discussion.
And we should have won Sunday night. So it's not stretching the and ifs, buts, and maybes are wonderful, but it's not beyond the realm of possibility that we could be 6-6.
Well, I saw today, I can't remember who it was that posted up the stats. Sorry about that, and I don't remember what the stats were, but they were posting that they were showing what our offense is. Sorry, Scott, I just happened to see it passing of what the offense is.
That's I'm putting that in the book, John. I saw some stats, but I don't remember who said it or what they were.
John, actually, I think I got your stats. I think I know what you're talking about.
All right, yeah, their offense is ranking pretty well.
Yeah, with especially with all the injuries that we've had this year, I don't think Cliff Kingsbury is getting enough credit. We're 11th in EPA per play. We're 12th in yards per play. We're 13th in third down efficiency. We're 10th in fourth down efficiency, and we're second in red zone efficiency, and that's touchdowns. So with the injuries that suffered, I think I'm not sure how much better you can get, especially with your starting quarterback and your starting, your number 1 and number 2 receiver being down for most of the year.
Well, you got to consider that number 1, Terry is the man, and I don't want to hear any more any more slander about that man in the face of all the bullshit. Yeah, let's say
You mean how he's not elite? Not slander.
that's a fine argument to have. He's not elite, but I seem to remember somebody else on this flipping podcast that said, "Oh, he's malingering." Where is he there? Oh, there he is. Oh, hey, he's malingering. He's just laying around, being a dick about it.
I don't know what you're talking about, John. No idea.
6 catches, 94 yards, game-tying touchdown at the close of regulation, practically. And you know what? It let Ertz off the hook, right? Because Ertz had dropped the ball dead in his fucking hands.
Yeah.
He had a great game, but he also had some more drops. And
He dropped 2 big balls.
Yeah, he did. And I'm thinking people are talking about how we resign Ertz, and I'm like, I think that one in the end zone probably right there signaled to him. I think I might be done here. He should have caught that.
I think he'll
I don't know. If Ertz wants to resign, if Ertz wants to play another year and to resign, I would 100% take him.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree with Tony on that one.
See, I agree with Yam.
Yam says, "Can Ertz?" Well, you got to read them because otherwise nobody knows what the hell they're talking about.
Says, "Can Ertz just retire already?" I agree. I agree with Yam. I'm not saying it's the. I think it's the right time, at the end of this season, for him to bow out and as a top tight end in his day, unless he wants to just play purely slot receiver or something like that. Maybe I don't know.
Until we get a replacement, fuck no. That's just not a good idea at all.
Another year is another. I mean, we're talking about what he's going to be like in September of next year. All right, and he's already still got 4 games to go here, and he's what, 52, something like that. Yeah,
but he's still a very, very good security blanket. I mean,
when he
dropped a couple passes, sure, but he's had a few. Okay, but he alone is one of the only players that is keeping me alive in my dynasty fantasy team because he scores so goddamn much.
That's a good reason to bring him back to the Commanders.
Well, that's just I'm just putting that in perspective. That I don't think you guys are giving Ertz enough credit for what he has done for this offense, and how much of a security blanket he is.
Well, he's made 49. He's had 49 receptions for 493 yards and 4 touchdowns this season.
That's a damn good season for a tight end. Scott, now how much of it would you give credit to the fact that there is absolutely nobody else that can catch the ball that's out there for most of the season, and he's the only veteran receiver that these quarterbacks even know his middle name for the most part.
Very, very true. And the fact is, he was clearly better last season, but he had Jaden Daniels throwing him the ball, which helps. And then at the same time, I probably expected a similar season, if not the same. I do think he has dropped off a little bit. There is a slight regression there, and he's been missing a few games. You haven't seen him. So
last year he had 66 catches for 654 yards. So he's 100.
How many TDs? How many TDs did he have?
7, and he scored 4 this year.
Well,
we still got 4 games to go.
Yeah, we have.
So he's on pace for the same season as last year.
If you pro rata out what he's got at the moment, he's virtually heading for the exact same stat line here.
Okay.
And if you put this in perspective as well, again, Terry being out has hurt this offense, so they can key in on players like Debo and players like Zach Ertz too. So
I'll give you that.
We saw how many targets did Ertz get. He had over 100 yards in the game.
Let me see what he's got.
So just Terry having that outside threat to stretch the field. Again, I talked about this on the preview pod. Opens up the offense. It helps other players out too. It helps Cliff Kingsbury, in his play calling out. So the defense has somebody they have to focus on. So it opens up for
the thing I said about. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. The thing I mean about Ertz and when it that might have signaled that it's time for him is because he has had a drop off. He's on pace for the same kinds of numbers, all right, but he's also had some significant drops that all of us have been cursing about him, in the chats. Scotty's ready to fire him. It's to the curb. He's like ready to throw him out with the trash. So the thing is, I'm looking ahead to, it's already next September we're thinking about if we re-sign him. To me, these next 4 games mean a lot. Let me see what he does. You drop any more big passes, that are going to, or you start to pick that back up, because there were 2 big drops. One of them was a touchdown, and thankfully Terry on the next play. I will say this: Ertz dropping that touchdown might have been the most veteran move, because he knew that if he caught that ball, that the 2 seconds that it took Terry to run that slant route for a touchdown would have stayed on the clock, which means that the fucking Broncos probably would have scored. I
think a lot of this depends.
You're right.
A lot of this depends on what they think of Sinnott.
True.
Yeah, and
Yankov as well.
Yankov lately.
Yeah, and Yankov as well. But Sinnott is Sinnott's obviously the one with the draft capital, 2nd round pick.
Yeah,
they need to make a decision on what is his future going to be. Now I know, Jesse, you've been an advocate for tight ends take long to develop, and I agree with that.
Yeah, they do. But again, like I said, if they don't feel confident enough yet, because tight ends they take most of them take a while to develop. You need to bring Ertz back. I don't see a reason to go and give up either another draft asset or go sign a free agent when you can have somebody in-house that is adequate enough that you can get for the cheap. You know what I mean? And that already knows the offense, that is already familiar, and your quarterbacks, whether it's Jaden Daniels or Marcus Mariota, both trust.
Yam's got a point here. Yam says, but Ertz is the reason we haven't been able to develop any of our other tight ends, because they just plain don't get the chance. They need to be in game time situations to really get a chance, and that's a point. If Ertz, but at the same time, if they're not able to beat Ertz off the field,
very true.
Yeah,
you got to earn your spot.
That's the key right there.
And that's my worry for Sinnott. That's my worry for Sinnott, Jesse.
Be better in practice. Earn the trust of your coaches, and you'll get more playing time.
Yeah,
if you listen to John Keim, his routes, they're just not there yet. He's not cutting them to a pro standard quite yet. Maybe this offseason it turns around, and and it takes a jump, because he has the talent. We all know he has the talent. He was drafted early for a reason. We saw what he did in college. The NFL is a different animal, and so
the only way I wouldn't bring Ertz back is if they determine that he's a progress stopper. What you call a progress stopper, and to make that determination, they've got to be confident that Sinnott's ready to go, or they've got somebody else they can bring in. So, short of that, why would you not resign him?
Well, what if he decides he doesn't want to? What if he? Well,
that's a different story.
That is a different story.
When it comes to tight ends, there's always a veteran just hanging around.
That's what I'm saying. There's always someone like an Evan. There's always an Evan Ingram out there, a Dalton Schultz, someone like that that's there.
There's a tight end hanging around. So
easy.
Right. I mean, you might not get the same production you'd get out of Ertz, but okay. We'll see what we can get to develop. And I'll tell you what, for those of you that are paying attention on social media over there, which I understand is an oxymoron. There's no such thing as paying attention on social media. But if you are, come on over here to the YouTube studios. Come on in and chat with us. Scott will type real hard on the keyboard so that when you're listening, those of you that are listening in the future on the actual podcast, when you're driving down the road and you hear that, don't worry, it's not your engine. It's Scott saying, thanks for being here, RX 43796. So, thank you, Scott.
It's very true.
I'm on my phone, so I can't see the comments. So that's just
Scott G says Ertz gets rest days at practice, so others have plenty of opportunities to impress the coaches and earn playing time.
Yeah.
Again, I don't disagree with that either. I understand both sides of that argument of do you keep Ertz, do you release him? I think there are tight ends that are veterans out there that wouldn't cost you. It would cost you similar money. Would he get the same production? I'm not sure. I mean, that's the risk. That's the risk you take. But what we haven't had is
Yeah, why would you
because
try to go get a similar?
I want a tight end that's going to be a tight end that's on the field that you don't know if you're going to pass or if you're going to run. We've never had that opportunity. For years, you always knew when the tight end comes in. If Bates is in, oh, it's a run. Right, okay, because he's going to block. Okay, who else is in then? Oh, it's Ertz.
I mean,
it's
we're
a pass.
in 12 personnel all the time with 2 tight ends on there. I mean, that's a big part of this offense. So I don't think that's really that really matters too much.
I just think we need to get a better tight end than what we have. I really do.
Short of picking up a veteran, you're not going to get anybody else. You would have to draft somebody high up in the draft.
Yeah.
I think there are much higher priorities in the top half.
I agree.
The draft. So
the other side of the coin is that our quarterback will be in his 3rd year next year, which is when the lights come on to all of them, supposedly. And he should be just fine and not need the security blanket of the veteran tight end. He could probably work with what he's got. And if we improve at the wide receiver position and give him opportunities down the field, then whoever it is we jam in there at tight end will be able to get himself open, be able to make himself, he'll be able to do it better than he would, with Chris Moore and Robbie Chosen out there. I tell you what, we like to say whenever Ertz makes a reception, we could do it like the Three Stooges. Ertz. But I'm getting ready because next year I want to be able to say Bucks.
you might.
Does Treylon Burks solve wide receiver 2?
No.
I think I think
Pretty emphatic.
he had a catch of the year type of catch.
He had a hell of a catch
great.
when he broke his finger too.
Yeah, that's great. But he also just had 1 catch for 5 yards.
Right.
Touchdown. So he's had 2 catches pretty much all season.
That's enough.
So let's pump the brakes just a little bit on wide receiver 2.
He's only been in 4 games.
Like,
right, well, so wait a minute.
I want to see more of him. I'd like to get him more involved. Seriously, I want to, not necessarily like force feed him the ball, but I want to see, give him an opportunity to earn a role on this team in the future.
Go ahead.
I think as a 3 or 4, I think he's going to be good as a 3 wide receiver 3/4. He would be, in my opinion, he'd probably be better than Noah Brown.
Oh yeah,
3/4. Is that how many? Never mind.
Yeah,
I think,
That's Scotty Saturday night.
Looks like he's drinking your sample there, is he?
I am.
Yeah. What is
that? Squash.
Oh yeah. No, but I think Burks definitely deserves, an off-season, full training camp to see if he can have a role. I think it's very premature to say he's the receiver 2. There are other options. Whether Debo resigns, I know he's got no money next year. Lane's there. McCaffrey's coming back.
Mm-hmm.
There's Burks.
Yeah.
I think it's highly likely they'll draft a receiver.
I tell you what, the thing about Burks is, to me, for one, he was a first-round draft pick. He is almost identical in size. Hang on a minute.
But he's like Brown. He gets hurt, man.
I know. That's the thing. That's the one drawback. The difference, I think, other than him and Brown, is that when he's not hurt, he's bigger and better than Brown. But yeah, that's the thing. If he can stay healthy, he's the guy. And Brown, honestly, Brown is like a ghost. Every once in a while, you get a picture of him, but it's blurry, it's fuzzy, it's out of focus. People go, "That's your thumb. It's not really something." I don't say Treylon Burks solves wide receiver 2. I think that they should not hesitate to make sure he's in camp with them next year.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And I want to see what happens. I mean, if he balls out in the last month, if he turns it on in the last month, one thing I noticed when he went up for that amazing catch, the finger that he caught it with,
he with the tape
together. They said he broke it in half. The bone snapped in half, but you see the roll of tape around his finger. So give it to him.
If Noah
Brown, they targeted him, he fell down.
If Noah Brown doesn't play this weekend, then it's time to go.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Just be a mall Santa. Stand out on a corner ringing a bell. That's what.
But again, I don't think we should. I really don't think we should go into off season and with like Treylon Burks on the mind for being a 2 or a 3 quite yet. You know,
No,
give him an opportunity. Give him an opportunity. Give him a spot. Let him make it. Let's see if he stays healthy throughout the off season. But you cannot be
drop
going
a waffle iron on his foot.
yeah. You cannot be going into the draft or into free agency thinking that Treylon Burks is a part of the future on this team.
No, I mean his pedigree dictates that you give him every opportunity because you know he was the first round pick 3 years ago. He's clearly physically got that ability. He just can't stay healthy.
As long as he doesn't break.
Yeah, the guy I want's Alec Pierce out of Indy. He's a free agent in the summer.
He's going to be expensive.
Doesn't matter. Debo's expensive. Debo's $20 million this year.
You're right. Hey, it's not like we don't have cap space.
That's cheap for a wide receiver too these days.
Pierce, he is a freaking
$20 million. That's what Alec Pierce would command. Nowhere more than that.
Alec Pierce is going to command closer to 30. I bet.
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah. I'll have a wager with you on that one.
Hang on.
All right.
Last
I definitely will.
On Friday, all right, because the football game itself. Things I liked about the football game itself. So this is what we talked. We had a game on Sunday night. We haven't even mentioned it yet, other than our tight end.
True.
All right, Terry, awesome. I think that the running game, because we're going to be talking about free agents. So Scott, I said to you on Friday, and we never got through it. The free agent list, our free agent list. Have you got that still available?
Yeah. Give me 2 seconds, John. I'll just pull it up now.
Certainly. I'll tell you what, we will. But while we're waiting,
yeah, I've got it. I've got it here. So yeah, so Debo Samuel.
Scott's list. Thank you, Scott.
I haven't seen that for a long time. Debo Samuel is a free agent. Austin Eckler, free agent. Mariota, free agent. Andrew Wiley, Bobby Wagner, Zach Ertz, Von Miller, Jonathan Jones, Noah Brown, Dietrich Wise, Jacob Martin, Tress Way, Eddie Goldman, Noah I, Darnell Savage, Josh Johnson, Trent Scott, Lucas Niang, Jeremy McNichols, Chris Moore, Sheldon Day, Antonio Hamilton, George Fant, Treylon Burks, Robbie Chosen, Preston Smith, Jalen Holmes, Drake Jackson, and Chris Paul.
So names right off the top that I want to re-sign. Chris Paul.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
Yeah, you love him.
I do.
But he is a starting caliber guard now, so you have to re-sign him, surely.
And we've developed him. Don't let him walk away and go be somebody else's big fat ass star. He's our big fat ass star. I would also re-sign the other two major offensive linemen on the list. I'd re-sign Andrew Wiley and I'd re-sign Trent Scott. Depth is good. Those guys are good for depth. I like Jeremy McNichols. Who the fuck doesn't like Jeremy McNichols? Chris Rodriguez. How can you not like Chris Rodriguez? We still want to solve running back. Is Bill the answer? Jesse?
Not right now.
Not right now.
He ain't got the ass. I mean, we like the
speed. I don't think the running back answer is on this team yet.
Not
if you're looking for one superstar running back. It's not. They've got a committee, and the committee works reasonably well.
When they use it right, I do like Jeremy McNichols, man. That dude just runs like the Tasmanian devil.
He's great.
He's all over I mean, he's not wild and crazy. He's violent, and I love the way he does it. So is Rodriguez.
Bringing McNichols back for a year, no more than that right now. Yeah. I mean, he is getting up there in age. I think he's 28. Yeah, 28, 29 years old. Possibly being that third down back. I think they're going to have to do something at running back. I think they're going to want to do something else at running back.
You know who's a free agent?
Who's a free agent?
Breece Hall.
Guy at the Jets. Yeah.
They're not going to
be interesting.
They won't franchise tag him.
So I got the people I'd like to keep. I've put a tick next to Debo. Not sure. Depends on money. Marcus Mariota. I think Marcus Mariota definitely needs to re-sign. I've put Wiley. Yes. Dietrich Wise. Jacob Martin. Tress Way. Noah I for depth. Savage as well. I think he's been okay since he's came here as a safety. McNichols definitely. Yeah. That's what I mean for a vet min or something like that. Yeah. McNichols definitely. Sheldon Day definitely as depth. And then I've got Treylon Burks. Yes. Jalen Holmes absolutely yes. And then Chris Paul. Everyone else not interested, and that includes Zach Ertz, Von Miller, Noah Brown, Austin Eckler, Trent Scott, and then Bobby Wagner's on there. The third person
on that list right there of the people that you'd let go.
that I'd let go, Von Miller. So I've got
yeah.
the people I'd let go is Austin Eckler, Bobby Wagner, Zach Ertz, Von Miller, Jonathan Jones, Eddie Goldman, Josh Johnson, Trent Scott, Lewis Niang, Antonio Hamilton, Chris Moore, George Fant, Robbie Chosen, Preston Smith, and Drake Jackson. That's who I'd go. All of them. Which still means after that, you still need to find another 18 players.
I think Drake Jackson. I think Drake Jackson's interesting.
Drake Jackson's another one.
I want to give him an off season. I think he's in that Treylon Burks kind of mode. Let's see if he stays healthy. Let's give him an opportunity to earn a spot. Still, man, the Zach Ertz thing baffles me. I can't believe everybody just wants to get rid of Zach Ertz.
It's not about get rid of him. It's about, even vet minimum for a guy like him is pretty expensive. And if he I'm more thinking that he's probably going to be about ready to retire. Dropping the balls like he's dropping and looking at his own hands like he's looking at them. When it starts creeping into your mind like that, I can't remember who it was that said it, but some player I read about long ago who said the second you even think about retiring, you're done. You're done. So I don't know whether he's thought about it or not. I would think that at his age and dropping the passes that he's dropped in the situations that he's dropped them, even though he had a big game, it might be on his mind. So I'm thinking to the future when it comes to that. But enough about this is a podcast, ladies and gentlemen. If you're out there, please give us a like and a thumbs up and all that kind of shit, because we do it for you. That will go right from the ball game to talk about the tight end situation, and that's what we're going to go with, because this is free form, and that's the way we like to do it. We're just talking Commanders football, and that is that. My question when it comes to the backfield, Rodriguez is going to be a restricted free agent. And
restricted free agent, yeah.
An unrestricted free agent. I'd like to re-sign both of them. And Bill, he's going to still be here, but we've got that kid from Michigan. He's sitting on the practice squad.
Donovan Edwards, yeah.
Yeah, I think that they do want to hit a home run, though, at running back. I'm not sure what they're going to do there. But if they didn't do anything, it really wouldn't surprise me. What'd you say, Tony?
No, Scott just said Brees Hall. But,
yeah. I mean, if you're going to, and we got a good amount of cap space, you got to think with the limited number of draft picks. Well, we got 5, 6. A first and a third. Those are your big ones right there. How, is there a way? Is there any of our players tradable? Is there any way we can somehow conjure up a second round pick? I don't think so. I just don't see it happening.
I don't think so.
You got to nail that first and third round pick, and then you got to do your free agency. What are you going to do in free agency? You're going to go get a receiver? Yeah, obviously, you need to.
Well, you got to see who's available.
There's two picks.
There's also two groups of things when it comes to free agents: the guys that are on the list now, and the guys whose teams re-sign before they are let out onto the market.
There's two moves you can make right away, and then you've got over $100 million in cap space. It's cutting Deebo Samuel and cutting Daron Payne. You don't re-sign either of them and say, "See you later, move on."
Well, Deebo's got no money next year anyway, hasn't he? So.
No, he's done. He's a free agent.
Yeah, I think you make the move to re-sign Deebo as soon as possible.
I agree.
I want to him in here.
I want to see
a 2-year deal. Yeah, I want to see him on a 2-year deal. Get him in there, lock down that slot slash type player, and then start working on your wide receiver, 2, so to speak. Whether it is, spending big bucks on a Alex Pierce, which I think is just going to cost you. You're going to have way too much money in the on the wide receivers with Terry, because it's going to be another close to $30 million type of contract. Or do you spend your first or third round pick on a wide receiver coming out of the draft?
I'm not sure. There's too many ifs right now for that kind of stuff.
We need a pass rusher too. Do not forget that. I mean, that is number one, I think, need in the off season.
I mean, okay, so Dorrance Armstrong comes back, and we've got Jacob Martin. You still want the stud the first round pick.
Fuck yeah. We need a stud
Yes.
pass rush.
I think Dorrance Armstrong was
Got
stud,
to.
and then he got hurt. He was leading the league, right? He was leading the league not only in sacks but also in pressures, which means he was not
He
just
he was never leading the league in
like we had
sacks.
last year with Dante Fowler, who, by the way, I don't know how many sacks he has this year, but I don't know. I doubt it's very much. Watch me be wrong, and it'll be something like 13. But it wasn't accidental stuff like that when Dorrance Armstrong was in there. He was affecting the field. He was affecting the play. So I think that I don't know that you want to call him elite, but I mean, we went for elite with Chase, and we didn't get elite. So
I mean, listen.
I think
Armstrong's never
BPA.
Armstrong's never led the league in sacks, and he
was leading when he got hurt. That's what I'm saying. He's never led.
Wait, I think you're wrong about that, there, buddy.
He was leading the league when he
got 5.5
hurt.
sacks. He was when he got hurt.
Mm-hmm. He was also leading the league in pressures when he got hurt. So, I mean, it wasn't long into the season. Don't get me wrong. But he might have had 12, 13 sacks this year, 14 sacks. Who knows what he could have done.
But that's been one of our main issues all year long, both years, is not getting effective pass rush on the quarterback.
Sure.
Because
when he gets hurt, that kind of shit
You got to, even before he got hurt, you got
we
to
all
solve
wanted
that
we all wanted an
problem
edge.
right there.
We all wanted an edge out of the draft. We didn't get one. That was the big thing.
Yeah.
That was the big thing. Then we didn't recognize it. We held on too long. I genuinely believe we were in the conversation for Trey Hendrickson. I think that was a real thing, and I think they thought that's maybe where we solve it and we make a move there, and that didn't happen for whatever reason. And we weren't in any way. We were never in the Micah Parsons sweepstakes, obviously, but it is what it is. I think that is the biggest need on this team going into the offseason, irrespective of what anyone else thinks. It's edge rusher. We need to get a positive edge rush.
I think I think the pass rush definitely needs assistance. How you go about it, you could go about it a number of different ways. What we don't know yet, there's so many unknown variables about the draft. We don't know where we're going to be picking. We don't know who's going to be available at that pick. If we're top 5, top 6. There are 3 or 4 edges that, if you look at the sort of Dane Brugler's top 50, and you look at some of the very early mocks, you've got 4 or 5 edge rushes going off the board in the top 10. Mm-hmm. So, if we are in that position, great. If we're in 10th or 11th, and those guys have gone, and yet one of the receivers is still there, like the Ohio State guy, Tate, is it?
Tate, yeah.
Yeah, and he's the best player available at that point, well, then you take him.
Yeah.
So I don't think there are a great number of having just had a quick look at the free agents available, I don't think there are a great number of options, for edge rushers. I mean, there's Jalen Phillips is there. Jalen Phillips could be a good option.
Most teams keep their good edge rushers. I mean, good edge rushers hardly ever come on the market.
I think Jalen Phillips.
And if they do, they're very expensive.
Yeah, I mean, he's injury prone, but he's a good player. I mean, Hendrickson's going to be on the market, but are they going to want to buy it? They're going to want to pay big money for a 32-year-old edge rusher.
Didn't he get hurt also this year somewhat? He was.
Well, yeah, and they've got to get more speed. They've got to get more speed on the defense. That's another big. For me, that's another big issue. You look at some of the best defenses. You look at the speed of the Broncos defense at times was.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to need another cornerback too. That's high up on the list.
Well, I'll tell you what, Mikey moved to the outside and had himself a nice game. Imagine that. Last year he played on the outside, played really well. Played on the inside, not so well. I think the lesson is learned there. As far as I'm concerned,
they'll have Amos back next year. They'll have Mikey, and Noah I and Jonathan Jones. They were fine the other night. Scheme, coaching, communication has so much to do with it, and also, defensive play and especially cornerback play is volatile from year to year. You can have a great year one year and terrible the next year. So as Mikey proved last year, so he's got the ability to bounce back. There's no doubt about
that. He moved to the outside and had a nice game. Like I said, he wasn't in any way out on himself and looking embarrassed like he has been for the rest of the season. I will say this about the defense. show of hands, anybody out there at any time, and I don't care if you pick this podcast up sometime next summer and say, oh, let me listen to this show and see what it's all about, and you hear, send me your hand if you believe this. Show of hands, who thought the defense was going to hold as soon as we scored going into the half? There was a minute and 58 left. We gave them the ball. Who thought the defense could hold? Anybody? The only person I see whose hand is up is fucking Dan Quinn. I don't know what the hell y'all are thinking. They always just go backwards when the chips are down, when the crunch is down. When they said at the beginning of halftime, we'll kick it, go that way, I was like, you'll do what? You'll put the defense out there? Now, Tony, you said to me, you get to see what you're going to have to do, and it becomes 4-down territory. That was the benefit. Was that what you?
Yeah.
You said that?
Yeah, I said that. Yeah, I mean that's what I said.
Are you talking about overtime?
Yes.
Yeah, there's not
overtime. You always kick. Now you always kick. Now the rules are different. You absolutely 100% always kick now.
Well,
teams
do it.
I'm going to pass this out to a member of the audience.
Do it both ways.
And when you say that you can see what's out in front of you, I'm going to pass this out to the member of the audience. They're going to give it back to me. I don't know what's written on this. What's going to happen? What's going to happen if we put the defense on the field? Does that say touchdown, ladies and gentlemen? I think it does. I think it says we're going to give up a fucking touchdown. When that's the thing. If there was any chance that we're going to stop them, okay, I understand all that logic, but we aren't going to stop them, and that's what fucking pisses me the fuck off.
I think the point
as it comes down to be tight, we go backwards, and we let the running backs out into the flat. 3rd down and 10. Let's give them a 15-yard cushion out in the flat. The fuck? Who was out there? Nobody. Over and over again.
I think the point that the commentators made actually at the start of overtime that would have perhaps been a good reason for us to take the ball would have been the fact that Denver's defense had been on the field a hell of a lot in the fourth quarter.
Right.
And that they just come off the field from a however many play drive that we'd tied the game, and that turning them around and putting them straight back on the field may have been psychologically the play, but
it was a 17-play drive.
Yeah,
it only lasted 4 minutes, but it was 17 plays of them getting up off the ground, getting smashed into, getting off the ground, getting smashed into, getting off the ground. I agreed with Collinsworth for the first time probably ever.
Yeah, but teams,
Mariota.
Oh my God! Don't with that. Just don't.
I kept waiting for it sounded to me. I like Godzilla movies, so to me, I just wanted to see a bunch of Japanese people turn around and look. Oh, Mariota, and yell and point up, and then there's Mariota.
I mean, I don't know who's been talking to him and telling him how to pronounce the name, whether it's Mariota himself, but
I don't know why he was doing that. That was so strange.
Because you get, for years people couldn't pronounce Tua's name until he phonetically,
Well, yeah, that's a bit different. I think we should call him Colin Swift. Or not call him at all.
Yeah.
I actually thought he called a pretty good game the other night. He was fair. The friggin' referees.
God, don't even start.
I'm starting.
That was nonsense, man. Oh my God.
How the hell? How does a guy? All right, last week or 2 weeks ago, we see a ref stand right there in front of Daron Payne and watch him get punched in the face and not do anything. And until, of course, he retaliates. This week, Terry is standing right. He fucking runs across the goddamn formation, stops right in front of the ref or the fucking side judge. As soon as they snap the ball, the side judge throws the flag and says Terry was in motion. Dude, what the fuck? Fuck? And then
the trip.
The tripping? Yeah.
I mean, that
was like,
you can't call that in.
That was like, what the fuck? Are you serious? It was right there. Mm-hmm. I just think, if you're with all the replay assistants, you should be able to get it right.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? Is that if you go back to use replay to look at one element of the play, which is what they did, the one element of the play that they didn't look at was the trip. So if you're going to go back to tidy up a play, tidy up the whole goddamn play.
Because you can't. And the reason why is because cliches have a kernel of truth underneath them. There's holding on every play. And what you're going to turn the game into, which is what it already has turned into, and let me tell you, the difference, as old guy moment here, the difference between the football back in the day and the football now is the tiny little fucking minutia that we have reduced everything down to, because people go, well, wait a minute, there was a blade of grass under his fucking hand. They have taken this game and tried to find every which way to fucking to tilt it, make it our fucking, it's got to be fair. You can't. So if you look at that and see tripping, well, then they're just going to go up in the booth and rewind it a little further and go, well, there's holding. And well, what about over there? That looked like he moved.
I mean, the ref was 2 feet, 2 feet behind. The ref was 2 feet behind the fucking.
I get it. I get it. But that's what's going to happen.
I think when it comes to replay assist, it needs to be either all in or get rid of it totally. And it needs to be.
I agree.
And it needs to end. We just need to live with what the refs see or don't see on the field. It's half in, half out right now because they are using it for penalties. It's either got to come use it for everything. If a coach wants to challenge a penalty, I think he should be able to do that. Or just get rid of the whole fucking thing.
Once you open Pandora's box, that's what's going to happen. And frankly, at that point, what I say is my first round pick for the Washington Commanders, Andrew Lipschitz, he's attorney at law. I'm going to have myself a fucking lawyer on the sidelines, and every play, I'm going to have some guy out there. I'm sorry,
or at least let coaches challenge. Let coaches challenge.
Right.
Well, I think the danger of making everything reviewable is obviously, as John said, you can, how far do you take it? But at the same, and you also seriously run the risk of having games last like 4 hours because everything's being challenged left, right, and centre. Or as Jesse said, you just accept, like back in the good old days, that the referees are going to make some calls, they're going to miss some calls.
They're going to and when I play like that, I mean, if we're playing outside, the obvious answer is okay. You give him the run because, he was down by contact, but the contact was fucking tripping. So you want to make it right, just let the play fucking run from where it was. It was bullshit.
Yeah.
Anyway.
You can't,
at the end of the fourth quarter was just ridiculous. The fucking intentional grounding. When you got Gene Steratore on TV going, there's no way that was intentional grounding. NFL, you got other leagues out there that have problems with gambling. You can't have even the slightest look of it. You just can't. And
well, that's the whole Mike Florio point, isn't it? Is that when you get these completely egregious mistakes like that, where the TV rules analyst comes straight in and says that's not intentional grounding, guys, and there are other calls that are the same. You get the shout, the fix is in. Why are these calls being made?
Well, again, I've also said I don't know how you fix a football game. Maybe that's because I'm too stupid, but there's too many moving parts. People can say all they want about, you fix a referee. Sure, but you've got to be able to somehow get that game to come down to what you need it to be so he can make a difference. And who knows? A fumble happens. A fucking guy gets hurt, right? Oh, we got the quarterback fixed. Oh, they broke his ankle in the first quarter. Now what are you going to do? Fix means fix, right? So I don't know how you do it with a football game. All right. I guess we're still talking about the football game.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. I mean, Nick Bonito made a play.
Yeah, he did.
Made a play.
What do you think about going for? I thought it was the right call.
Oh, absolutely.
It was absolutely 100% the right call.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's either A, we win, we all feel fucking great, or B, we don't hurt our draft. Stop.
Yeah, no issue with the score whatsoever.
But I'm perfectly happy with them going for 2 to try to close out and win the game.
It was 5 a.m. Tony.
I don't care now. It's 5 a.m.
I was the same. I was like, dude, it's getting on. Like, I think when Benito hit it, it was like 5:05. I was like, this sucks. This just
Y'all
sucks.
gotta start doing what I do. Watch the first half and then go to bed and wake up and watch the rest of the second half in the morning.
See, what's funny is I see Tony say, I'm logging out, fellas. I'm going to watch the rest in the morning. And then an hour later, he'll be like, that was a bullshit call. It was like,
yeah, you know it. Yeah.
Well, I made the decision I say, right, I was either going to not watch it or whatever. And then at half time, I was like, right, we played well first half or well enough. I'll watch the first drive of the second half. If we score, or I'll commit to the rest of the game because we go and bloody score, don't we, at the start of the second half. So I'm like, right, I'm in now. and then it goes to overtime, and then it's like virtually the whole of overtime gets played as well, or like 8 minutes or whatever. So, like Scott said, it's 5:05 when Benito knocked the ball down. And I just turned the telly off and went
before the ball even hit the ground.
Yeah. Oh, I actually nearly turned the TV off when the interception happened with.
I did too.
The pass interference.
Oh yeah.
I
Which
nearly
was pass
missed
interference?
it. Oh, it was. Yeah.
Plain and simple.
He finally went through the back of him, but I actually, as soon as the interception happened, I went like that, and then I heard him go flag. I was like, oh, hang on.
There was a play that Terry ran across the face where he walked off. He walked off the line 2 steps, and then he cut across, right? And they talked about how Patrick Surtain wasn't fooled by that. Let me tell you something. That ball's out in front of Terry. Patrick Surtain just gave up a touchdown. That ball was behind Terry. It was a little bit further out in front, another foot two out in front.
It was. It was
Touchdown.
behind him.
Can we do head smacks and
We'll
butt
do head
pats?
smacks and some butt pads.
Attaboy. Head smack.
We're going to come up with a new. All right, who you got there? We'll start with you, Jesse, on offense.
You
What
said
are we doing
butt pats?
first?
Yeah, do it on offense. Butt pads on offense.
Butt pats on offense. Okay. I'm gonna give it to Treylon Burks, man. One hell of a catch. Making the most out of his opportunities. As few as he get, but that catch is up for catch of the year.
Absolutely.
We saw a lot of awesome catches fucking this week.
He was in the other dude's hand. That was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I felt the same way. Everybody's talking about, it might be a catch of the year. And I'm thinking to myself, that wasn't even the catch of the day. Puka Nakua's was nuts. So
That was a good catch. Catch.
But we'll give him a butt pat anyway. I do like him.
Brock Bowers had a really good catch. Really good catch. Too.
He did. Little scoop there. All right, who you got there for a butt pat, Scotty, on offense?
I'll take the low-hanging fruit. Marcus Mariota, 294 yards, 2 TDs. Yes, it was a boneheaded interception, but he also got 55 yards on the ground as well, rushing. So fair play to him. He played like a very, very high-end backup QB. And probably, I would say, 10 of these teams in this league thought to themselves, holy shit, I wish he was starting for us.
Well, when he makes a mistake like that interception, can't you just see it? You can just see his brain.
Oh,
You can just see it happen.
He said he was trying to throw it away.
Well, when he jumped up, I'm like, no, don't. Oh, fuck. You can just see his brain go, I'm going to try something stupid here. All right, Tony, who you got for a butt pat on offense?
Well, I thought he'd have gone by now. You've left an ultimate low-hanging fruit in Terry. So,
there you go.
it's kind of hard not to take that one.
I'll take the next one, and I'll take.
You can debate, until you're blue in the face about whether he's elite or not. But what did he have? 7 for 94 and a touchdown or something like that.
Yeah,
Clearly makes a huge difference.
Yeah, absolutely.
Welcome back, Terry. Stay healthy. And
that's right.
agreed.
Heart and soul of the team. Even though Jesse will fucking shit on him the second he gets a chance to. Anyway, I'll take the other low-hanging flute and the low-hanging flute.
What was that?
You'll take the pink flute, did you say, John? You love the pink oboe. John loves the pink oboe. Bow, 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 bow. 53 minutes for timestamp guy.
Yeah, they jumping all over me like that. All right, I'm going to go ahead and give it to Zach.
Yeah, it has to be.
10 catches, 104 yards, man. And they were clutch for the most part. He had 2 big drops, but
on one of the big drops, Hamilton knocked the ball out, actually.
Any other butt pats on offense?
Loads.
I'll give one to Kingsbury. He's got
him out.
Terry really helps that playbook open up, and you can just tell the difference when he's able to be a little bit more free with what his play calls are. You can definitely tell.
We can run slants. It's like, wow, look, a slant. We ran a slant.
Yeah.
Holy shit. The whole offensive line.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah, that was exactly where it's going to go. The highest rated guard of the week was Sam Cosmi from PFF. Out of not just off our stats, but that was out of the entire NFL and out of our highest. Yeah.
You can definitely give it up to the offensive line. I mean, they were great.
Yeah,
You're going up against one of the best defensive fronts in all of the football, and they really held their own. And the running backs did a really good, with a good job. What's that?
Jam says, "What was that, Jesse? Can you say that again about Terry?"
Yeah, he's not elite. I'll say it's all blue in the face.
Blue. We can do that.
But the
Blue Chew.
the offensive line, and how they really held their own against that defensive front.
Yeah.
Gotta give a butt pat
early
for
on
that.
in the game, Mario Tar was getting rid of the ball ridiculously quick. He was like under 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Actually, as the game wore on and the protection got better, he was still getting rid of the ball.
Colin Swarth said it was the fastest that the Broncos had seen that year. That he was under like 2.4 seconds. He was getting the ball out.
But I think as the game progressed, he actually looked more. The pass protection actually looked more comfortable. He wasn't getting it out. He was still getting it out quick, but he wasn't getting it out quite as quick as he was in the first quarter. And I think that was a reflection of how well the O-line was standing up.
We had a 17-play drive, a 21-play drive, 86 yards for a field goal. We had a 12-play drive. We had a 16-play drive. These are points that we got off of these drives.
Mm-hmm.
Defenses get tired of that, especially, and like I've said, man, I like Chris Rodriguez and I like Jeremy McNichols because when they run hard right into these dudes, man. It softens them up and it pays dividends as you come down through the game. With things like that, the pass rush is tired. It's getting tired of getting beat on. Their legs are tired from having to friggin' get knocked around by the helmet and shoulder pads of Rodriguez coming through there like a train. So, and yeah, we were one Nick Bonito all-pro play away from winning. Simple as that. Unless McNichols drops that pass, and I don't think he does. 3
of our highest-rated players were offensive linemen in Laramie Tunsil, Josh Connolly, and Sam Cosme.
Mm-hmm.
That says it all, really. Says it all.
All right, let's go to defense. Defense, we'll do some butt pats. We'll start with you, Tony. Butt pats on defense.
Butt pats on defense. Ooh. So let's have a think about that because I've got my.
All right, well, Scott, we'll move to you while Tony has a think.
I'll go with Jordan McGee. I thought he had his best game in a Commander's jersey since he came to us. I thought he was very good.
He was good. Jesse, what do you got?
Yeah, I'll go with
Harris.
Safety that just came back. Yeah, Will Harris.
Harris, yeah.
You could definitely see the difference. The communication seemed better out there, and he came back ready. He was flying all around the field, and you can definitely tell the defense. So definitely butt pat to him.
I'm going to give mine to Mikey for no other reason other than that he did embarrass himself. He was out there playing well, and I think he's better in the outside. That's his spot. What you got there, Tony?
I agree.
I think, yeah, I mean, collectively the defense was a lot better. I was kind of struggling for individual performances. I mean, in the preview, I talked about looking for a big game from Payne to make up for exactly. So to make up for the embarrassment of the previous couple of weeks, but he had a couple of strong plays, and I thought that interior in general wasn't bad. So I'll give it to Payne.
There you go. All right, roundabout. I'll give one to Bobby Wagner for intercepting a pass.
Yeah, fair play.
Another one.
Granted, he got run around.
I'm going to say he's on my other list.
Yeah,
he's on my other list too. Yeah, he's on my other list too. Yeah.
Let's all give him a. Jesus, that was.
Fucking hell! I've seen milk turn quicker than him. Jesus Christ! It was like watching a fucking tugboat turn in the middle of the field. It's like, what are you doing? Good God! Do not get that guy in coverage. He's done. I mean, amazing player, but he's finished at the end of this season. He has to be.
Not coverage. He's turning around looking for hot dog. He doesn't know where he's going with that. I mean, yeah, that was embarrassing. But he intercepted a pass, so
he did.
All right, who else you got for a butt pat? Or anybody else got any more butt pats on defense? Throwing it around? No? All right, how about head smack on defense? Jesse, we'll start with you.
Head smack on defense. Shit. I hate to give anybody.
I agree.
Steal y'all's, but Wagner. I mean,
That's it.
And that's not even his fault. He can't do anything about it.
Yeah. But I thought the defense played as well as they could.
Mm-hmm.
I can't hate on the defense and how they played.
I got one as a kind of not just this game, but just in general. I'm still mildly disappointed with Johnny Newton. That he's not,
further along than.
I don't know whether he's progressing quite as well. He's only playing I think I read today, he's only playing 30%.
25%. Yeah.
He's getting beat out by guys like Golden.
Yeah, and he was just, he was a lot of people thought was a first round pick. We got him early second round, but he's not made that kind of impact. Now, maybe it's still early days, but you would hope that he would have made more of an impact by now.
Well, I think Forbes teaches some guys. It takes a little while for them to come around. So
maybe.
Scott G's got a good point here. He says that Luvu Azzy will get fined again for the helmet to helmet. I'm supposing.
Yeah, that was stupid. That was one of those things I said in our chat. I'm glad he didn't get flagged. He'll get fined, but that was 15 yards right there.
I don't know how you're going to get away with that. I think if a player's falling and you're moving forward, how do you change your position? It's like rugby. You know this, Tony. How do you learn to change your fundamental position?
It's not the
Bo Nix is going down at that time.
Yeah. It's they're too much of the bang bang type play. It's because they're moving so fast.
That was not.
And some of them are just impossible. You put these players in an impossible situation that you can't move your head.
We have the luxury, ladies and gentlemen, of having someone here whose life it is to make the kinds of decisions on this. How much would you fine him, Tony?
Oh, we don't really fine people, but I mean, if you're going to fine him, you'd probably.
I mean, would you think that's what the rule along there?
Be a game check, maybe, if you're going to fine him.
He's going to get suspended.
Game check. That I'd say like $15,000.
Yeah, he'll get fined $15,000. He's lucky he didn't get flagged because he did.
Well, hang on, what's a game check? What's Lou getting paid? Game check would be too high, wouldn't it?
Yeah, 200,000. That's a lot of money.
Sorry, let's go down on that. I'm tired.
He'll get $15,000, maybe $18,000, but he'll get fined for it. The rub routes that people are crying about in Denver, shut up. Just who cares, man? That's football. Those little tiny things right there. And when it's happening at the 1 to 2 yards off the line of scrimmage, dude, that your guy is initiating contact. Prove it. Prove he's not. The way I see it there. All right, let's see. I agree. We don't have any head specs individually to give out, really.
Not on defense, no. What about offense?
Yeah. Offense? Yeah, I got one.
Go ahead. Because it's hard to find them this week.
Mariota interception.
We were driving. That was a killer.
I know.
Yeah.
I mean, you felt that. Like, you're like, oh, fuck. Like you said earlier, it was a good drive, and it was just like, what the fuck are you doing, Mariota?
Yep, his fucking brain you can see it when it happens. As soon as he jumped in the air, my mouth went, no, because you knew.
Nothing good happens when you jump in the air and throw the fucking ball.
Even that other interception that he threw a couple of weeks ago over the middle down at the 10-yard line, you could just see his brain. He's running around back there, and his brain goes, and off the ball goes.
I've got some more head smacks, but they're not on defense or offense or special teams.
Oh, really? Who you got?
None. I got one for whoever the fuck did the sod on the field.
Oh.
Why are you doing that? Because I'm surprised no one got injured. People falling over all day on both teams. Really difficult to do that. I mean, people slipping all night long. And then the other one is obviously Chris Collinsworth for Mariota. He needs a head smack as well.
Yeah, that guy started to get real irritating really fast.
He runs PFF though.
Oh, did anyone else notice that Larry Tunsil was literally offside all night? Every single play without fail, he was offside. Just jumping. False start every play.
We see that time and time again with other teams against us. Fuck it.
It's great to see, but when you watch it back, you can clearly see he's just that little tick ahead, and it's like, okay.
Well, that's good if you can get away with it. I mean, it was a guy in the Chiefs, wasn't it, that was famous for doing it?
Yeah. He's still there. He's still there. The left tackle.
Javon Taylor, is it?
Jawan Taylor, that's it. Yeah, Jawan Taylor.
Philadelphia, not Lane Staley. Jesus Christ, he'd get run over in a heartbeat.
Lane Staley. You saw it said Lane
All right, that's the
Johnson.
signal right there. I am. I'm
Yeah, we're
Yeah, that's that. Lane Staley. All right, let's see. Where have I got my music now? Because this thing hides the music on me. There it is. All right, so that was our roundabout discussion about the football game on Sunday. We're all kind of coming out of this, I think, just a little bit buoyed by the defense playing better. Jaden Daniels should be coming back this week. Terry McLaurin, of course, you heard Jesse say it here on this podcast multiple times. He's elite. He has come around and he's decided he's a top 5 wide receiver. If you don't believe me, hey, listen back to the show. Just keep listening, you'll hear it. We would like to thank everybody for showing up, coming by in the chat. Scott G, nice to see you. Yam, nice to see you. Everybody else, nice to see you. Thanks for stopping by on social media. And if you're listening after the fact and it's, like next Wednesday or something like that, hey, man, pretty cool. I hope the weather's pretty good. Tony, thanks for dropping by. It's always nice to see you when you're hanging your jerseys up on the curtains back there.
Works every time. I need to get more jerseys.
That's all right. Scott,
actually have got more jerseys, to be fair.
Okay. I got this. Now this, you can't really see it. It's a Redskins glass.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. When I was a kid, when I was like early 70s, this is really nice smoky glass. These things it has a nice little NFL emblem on the back, nice Redskins helmet on the front.
That's it.
They were the coolest fucking things, man. And I always thought when I was like 9, wow, that's classy. And now I got one.
Are those one of the things that have got like the paint's lead and that you're gonna get some kind of
I'm not a good drinker.
horrific disease?
I don't know.
asbestos inside the glass.
It's still on the glass.
Do you want the ice with that asbestos?
Early 70s. As I drink it, I'm going to want a cigarette.
Silica dust.
That's right. I'm not using it to drinking. I'm just for showing. Or as they would say on one of my favorite movies, it's not for you.
That's what my wife says. It's just for showing.
Yeah, well, if you remember the outlaw Josie Wales, it's not for drinking. It's just for looking through.
Straight over his head. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. We play the Vikings at 1 o'clock on Sunday. We will be back on Friday at 5:30 in the afternoon to discuss that football game and make some picks. How'd you do on your bets this weekend, boys? I got my ass kicked.
I hit a big one. I hit I think it was a 5,013.
Dang. Nice. That is nice.
Don't know what
with a dollar on.
Really good.
$1.50 won me $77.
Oh, you shared that one, didn't you? Yeah.
Nice. Nice. Well, I can't bet on Australians rule football.
No one can. Why are you betting on Aussie rules football? That's like looking in the betting shop and going, "What's on now? Oh, it's 2 Bulgarians playing table tennis. Yeah, I'll watch that." And one's an 8-year-old man. We're not doing it.
That's the degenerate type shit right there.
100%. Yeah.
That one on Instagram with four midgets doing a relay race against the camel.
Can't call them midgets. The little people. Tony. Little people.
It was a bloke talking about his gambling.
You didn't get us cancelled.
Yeah, me talking about giving up gambling, and then me at 3 a.m. watching 4 little people racing against the camel.
Yam is one of those little people.
Sorry.
He certainly is not little. He's very tall. He's very, very tall.
Yam's a big boy.
Yes, he is. All right, we will see you guys on Friday at 5:30. Later.